We've got a situation where, just as we decided in Britain to not be forced to do things with the EU, we have a scenario where the World Health Organization, which made all sorts of mistakes, and some would say some things that are even more concerning than mistakes, but an outlook that would mean that everyone has to go in lockstep with their particular strategy, with their responses, with their regulations internationally. That's not how a sovereign nation state should make decisions. We have now all seen the terrible consequences and harms of lockdowns in terms of what it's done to the economy, what it's done to the health service, what it's done to children that were coming through, what it's done to mental health, and across the board. We're going to be dealing with this for decades. And the idea that we should then have a knee-jerk response and jettison the pandemic strategy that we had all along beforehand is utterly unacceptable. We've seen that the COVID inquiry, Martin, hasn't even addressed the question of lockdowns and whether we should have had them in the first place. Not fit for purpose. So we'd encourage everyone, your viewers, I know it's Easter, but we'd encourage everyone straight away to get onto their MPs and to write to the government. They can do it with togetherdeclaration.org or at TogetherDec, but we're writing to MPs, we're writing to the cabinet, we're making sure that the government's hearing from us that we expect to have national decision making and to have parliamentary scrutiny. That's the other thing that happened, Martin, if we remember, proroguing of parliament, jettisoning of scrutiny, public discussion and debate about costs and benefits of any measures. And if we're going to talk about science and being rational and reasonable, then that needs to have proper assessment and evaluation. And we need to treat the public as adults and grown up. And we have to make sometimes difficult decisions, and we understand that. But that should be something that we make together as a society and not just have things imposed on us with spies and censors and smeared, and then everyone wants to just forget about it after. It's unacceptable. So this is an important thing that's happened. Kudos to us for them and Molly Kingsley for coordinating it with some MPs. Many more will be getting involved. We've been supporting them and doing campaigning around the IHRs. It's really important. And we should remember that we got over 350,000 signatures to say that we did not want to have and we refuse to accept the idea of lockdowns, and also a jab mandate where people have things, like taken away from them, whether it's their job or access to areas based on a decision that should be entirely theirs. And we have won things along the line. And I know people want to forget about it. It was a terrible situation, but we'd be well minded to understand that many of the measures that are still happening, emergency traffic orders, with things like low traffic neighborhoods and surveillance cameras, the environmental discussion, we're all at risk, you must do this, if you don't do this, it's all going to be destruction. Often it's presented in these over dramatic terms, fear PR, smearing people. In fact, the discussion around borders, the discussion around our economy, often we're presented that this is the only way. We saw it happen with Southport as well. We're presented as though we're all mad, bad and a danger to everyone, and we perhaps need to be locked up for saying things. We need to stop this whole attitude that somehow asking questions or challenging a consensus, or it's not even a consensus, is what a few in the elite think and how they treat us. And they say that we're either infectious or we're mad, bad and dangerous, or we're all this or we're all far right. We need to say this is unacceptable. It's not the way to run a democracy, and we need to stand together. We'd encourage everyone to get involved with us. If you like what you saw on the video here, make sure you click on here, because we need to carry on the work we're doing, and the way we do that is through our membership. We'd love you to join. Click on here, see what you can do, and be part of making things better for all of us together. Thank you.